Week 8, the Jets lost their first matchup against the Bills. Can Buffalo sweep the series? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, we've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position and be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 10, and out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Throwing on first down. Redding. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 59 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So now the Bills getting ready to go on their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They go play action here on first down. And this one is incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. That's Burns. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. The Bills at 5-4 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Try to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Robinson's got it. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Back to throw again. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On first down, Redding looking middle, and that's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They go up the middle with Campbell. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
On first and 10, Redding. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Dixon complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They'll run up the middle with Campbell. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. This will be from 49 yards out. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. Boy, 4th and 2. This crowd was urging them to go for it, certainly. Instead, they settle for the field goal try, and then they come up with nothing.
Brandon, yeah, football coach won't let the crowd dictate how he calls a football game. He stuck to his guns. But after the miss, now there's 70,000 coaches in the stands thinking they were right.
After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Burns. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On play action, they'll throw. Man open is Robinson.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Looking to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Burns.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage. And that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Again, zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. On the draw, this is Campbell. They juked him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Again, they run with Campbell. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Redding. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Jets first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Back to throw. Redding. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Redding. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one, and I think the ball's out. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The pass on first down.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Redding, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, Redding. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So an interesting decision at this stage of the game to go for it. You think maybe that missed field goal earlier had anything to do with it?
If it did, I'm really surprised, because usually one miss is not enough to alter your game plan. My only thought is maybe he got hurt, or maybe they just understand that it's not his day for some other reason we don't know right now. But in general situations, you run him back out there and let him have another chance.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Again, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
The throw over the middle, taken in. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and 2. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
2nd and 6. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out.
And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. And fortunately here for them, he's going to be taken down before he can gather much momentum on the run back. So no fireworks on the final field goal attempt, and that'll do it for this first half.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So here are the Bills to take over. They've got the lead here as they start out 1st and 10, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week. That came at the hands of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. It's Burns. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the gun, they'll try to run it, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Burns. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He finds Robinson, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and 4. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Redding. He finds his man, complete. It's Morgan. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Purple?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them,
and he fires one that's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool in that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll make this a three-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And New York set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on first down. Redding. Throwing left side, it's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff as they run left side. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Off play action. Redding. His throw incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Redding throwing middle, and it's complete. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, They need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Hands it off out of the gun.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a give up the middle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Redding. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Redding. He's got it. The tight end, Allen. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Back to throw again.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Redding. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. On first down, Redding. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Redding. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
The offense for the Jets ready to take over.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 3rd down, Redding. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Again, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Off the play fake. Redding. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Bills, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets,